Yo, y'all know what it is. Y'all know that it ain't fun from the Mets. Raining like a motherfucker. But this goes back into that immigrant, that immigrant crisis that we got in Chicago right now. That a Venezuelan migrant, he's facing murder charges after, not even allegedly, they got it on film, him shooting another man, which happened to be another immigrant, in front of other witnesses as he pleaded for his life. Pretty much, the immigrant who committed the murder. He executed a 25-year-old immigrant as well, over there around the area in Inglewood somewhere at a gas station at 6:35 on my dad's birthday, actually. And while all that shit was going on, while we was out celebrating, I guess the victim and the offender pulled up in the gas station. Actually, well, the offender did. The victim was walking in or out of the gas station already. And then him and his killer, they even shook hands and stuff like that. They shook, like they dapped each other up. They had a conversation, and then once the guy who, I can't really pronounce his last name like that, that's why I called him the victim and the offender. When the offender opened his door, for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure to grab a weapon, that's when the conversation and the mood, everything just changed. The victim ended up running down the street. It was another, the offender was in like a Jeep with another guy in another SUV. They chased him down, and when the victim hit the ground and he was pleading for his life, well, just really from what the police say, he said, no, no, no. And he shot him in the face, head, and the arm. You know, they got the license plates from the gas station. They traced it. They followed it. They actually was able to find it and apprehend it. They caught the man who did the murder, as well as his accomplice, who was seen on video after pulling into the gas station, putting on a ski mask. Now, that nigga don't even give a fuck about nothing. Like, you come to America for freedom, and you throw your freedom away. That's the thing that's kind of like, you got to be careful when it comes to shit like this, because in America right now, everybody is really upset that the Venezuelans are here, because we see what's going on in Arizona. In Chicago, they taking over, but taking over as far as population-wise. Like, they just everywhere. They don't discriminate. You know, Mexicans stay in Little Village, Puerto Rico stay in Humble Park. White people really up north, but they started to sprinkle their way out west, closer to downtown. Certain areas in out south that's a little closer to commutes and shit to get to the trains. But these Venezuelans, they fucking everywhere. In America, not even just Chicago, really Chicago too. They hate it. You know, Chicago do not want the Venezuelans here. So they looking for every reason to blame them for everything. But honestly, we're just seeing how this shit go. This is immigrant on immigrant crime. And I just can't comprehend why the fuck did you just not, like, just whip his ass or something like that? Like, don't Venezuelans and those Latinos overseas and shit play with machetes and shit like that? Who's supplying these niggas guns? Is it the Kings? Is it the Latin Dragons over east? Is it the motherfucking Ambros? Because they got to talk to motherfuckers. They ain't talking to niggas like, hey, man, you know, they get to doing the handgun emoji signs and shit. Because a Venezuela asked me for a light the other day, and the nigga had to, you know, he couldn't talk. I was like, oh, you want a light? So, like, who the fuck is supplying these niggas with guns and Jeeps and shit like that, gang? Like, I know they funded them and shit with a lot of income and resources, but goddamn, they got the government and the streets on their side. Get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think below. I'm gone.